Very good afternoon to you and welcome to Hard Facts. It's a Monday, a new week actually. What's today's date now? 9th September 2024. What's special about today? I'm just thinking. Oh yeah, someone was arrested. The DSS is making the news. That's what's special about today. Hey, but beyond that, there are so many other good things, really, that are special about today. One of which is that schools have resumed. Yeah. For a lot of parents, that's great news. Oh, finally! They get to leave the house. Beyond whatever pressure that comes with sending the kids to school, buying whatever, paying for whatever. 2 days ago, it was yesterday actually. So I told a woman, I said, Edo State government actually postponed school reopening. And she was like, why? I said, well, because of the pump price of petrol, the increase in the pump price. She was like, God forbid. I hope they will not do that one in River State too. Like the way she answered me, you could see a mother who is eager, who can't wait for those kids to just leave the house for the number of hours they would just be away from her. The God forbid. It was the God forbid for me. So yeah, congratulations parents. Your kids are back to school. I know not everybody. Some people are still trying to get their kids' hairs fixed. The ones who have baby girls and even the ones who have baby boys. They've still not cut their hair. There's just this thing about some people. There's really nothing these kids are doing for you, but you just make sure that once school starts, they will not resume when other people are resuming. It's a spirit. Okay. It's a Monday. I shouldn't be talking like this, but we need to say it. It's a spirit. There is something that thing is called. I might not know the name, but if you look at it properly, there is something that is going on spiritually. That your children will not start when others are starting. You need to break it. Tell yourself, this week, my children will resume school with other children. Yeah, you've missed today. Yeah, sorry. Let them go to school tomorrow. At least use it to break something. I shall be the first and not the last. You go to church, you pray. School has started. Nothing is holding you. It's just that they will not start with other people. School just started now. They will start next week. Start now. Amen. 18 minutes past 3. Oh my word. Well, let's look at the stories, the big stories for today. I've got 3 of them, okay? And of course, it's going to last till 4 p.m. And at 4 p.m., I'll bring you the business news. And after the business news, what else is happening today? 4 o'clock, yeah. After the business news, we will talk security. Yeah. You know that thing they say about know your neighbor, right? Exactly. So we're going to bring it home today. Something that happened here in River State that really got me thinking. And then we're going to have a criminologist. I was just thinking, who am I going to have this conversation with? I need someone who really understands, these kind of things. All right. So at that time, we'll be discussing enhancing community security in neighborhoods. I know it sounds like some project topic, but we're going to do this. Simply put, know your neighbor. That's the conversation, literally. All right, so we're going to have Okechi Smith Dibia, a security consultant and criminologist, join us for that conversation at that time. All right, so don't miss out. When the time is right, please do well to listen and also participate, because I'll be asking you at that time, how well do you know your neighbors? Do you know your neighbor? Do you even care? Because many people really, it's not like they don't care, but it's like, I'm not a gossip. I like to live my life and let other people live. Like, live and let live. Why am I pokunosi? Why am I... Yeah? So, when it comes to knowing your neighbor, let's really find out what everybody should be on the lookout for. Because how in God's name is a woman carrying out child trafficking successfully for years in a residential apartment? She's got neighbors, and it's been happening. And it took police coming all the way from another state to this place to figure her out or to fish her out. And the neighbors were just there, sitting ducks, doing nothing. Anyway, that's going to happen at that time. What else do we have here? 6 o'clock, the news. 6:45, there's a recorded program. All right. So that's basically it. And of course, so that's it on the show. 7 o'clock, I'm out of here. No, before 7, I'm actually out of here. But the sports crew will come keep you company within the 7 o'clock hour. All right, we're live on Facebook. Get on Facebook and join the conversation. Yes, my voice is back. I'm sounding better on Friday. I don't know what I was sounding like. Someone even told me at the office and in the newsroom, he goes, I didn't even know you were the one on air. Like, it was towards the end of the show that I realized it was you on air. I was like, my voice was that bad? It wasn't bad. It was that changed? Not bad. I won't use the word bad. All right. But I've got a lot of bass in the voice. I'm liking it. It's hard facts, so let's use this. Funny. All right. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's for Facebook. Get on there and join the conversation. We've got big stories that we're tracking at this time. The NLC threatening some kind of shutdown, more like putting affiliates on alert. And they're demanding the release of their president who was arrested by the DSS. It's one of the big stories right now. All right, so let's hear from you. You can also get on X, Nigeria Info PH. And if you have not liked any of our pages, please do so. All right, we have a website. Visit, in case you've not, www.nigeriainfo.fm. Okay, the big stories. I already told you one. NLC puts affiliates on alert. Demand release of arrested President Joe Ajaero. All the newspapers have got this story. Or should I say the news platforms, not newspapers now. All the news platforms. Anyone who did not carry this story today, you must have been sleeping. Wake up! All right, so that's the story there. And I hear about 2 hours ago they were in some kind of meeting. I don't know if they are out now, but I think, yes, they are out because they're already demanding. It's a statement where they are demanding that he should be released. All right, so the Nigeria Labour Congress has demanded the immediate and unconditional release of its president, Joe Ajaero, who was arrested by security agents today, Monday. Story has it that he was arrested at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, while on his way to the United Kingdom on the invitation of the Trade Union Congress of Britain. Interesting. So a statement was signed by the NLC Head of Information and Public Affairs, Benson Opa. He said the union has put all its affiliates, state councils, civil society, allies, and all patriotic Nigerians on the highest state of alert in the light of this troubling development. Now, they're saying that Ajaero has been detained and his whereabouts or state of his health are yet to be ascertained, as all efforts we have made to get in touch with him have proved abortive. So many things they said in that statement. Let's leave it at that, right? Remember that he was arrested some time ago, and the NLC, they took to the streets protesting, and he was released, and they said, yeah, we're done. We're not protesting again. Now that he has been arrested, well, let's see what's going to happen before today runs out. So that's one of the biggest stories right now, and I've got 2 more big stories. One good news, and the other one, I don't know where to categorize it. Kidnapped director of Rivers Internal Revenue Service released. Good news. We've been on this story for a while now, right? So it's good news. And then the other one, which I really don't know where to place it, whether it's good or bad. Resignation of soldiers not caused by corruption or poor welfare. Army clarifies. We'll go on a commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue. Just stay tuned. from you, so do well to send those messages via WhatsApp, via Facebook, via X. Get online, enjoy the conversation. All right, so for WhatsApp messages, you can send them to 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. Okay, so back to the other story. I mean, I like me some good news, and that's why I put that particular story there. All right, so here's the story. A director in the service of the River State Board of Internal Revenue, Aribibia Fubara, who was kidnapped earlier last month, that was August, has regained his freedom. Dr. Aribibia Fubara was kidnapped on the 24th of August, and this happened at the Okrika waterfront near the Marine Base area of Port Harcourt. So thank God he has regained his freedom. So how did he come out? Where was he dropped? Well, the story has it that Dr. Fubara was released a little after midnight on Thursday last week on one of the smaller islands around Bonny. He was, however, not reunited with his family until Friday. A family source told Channels Television that ransom was paid to secure his release from his abductors. And the River State Police Command has scheduled a briefing where his release and other issues are expected to be addressed. All right, we had that story in our 12 o'clock bulletin. That's where I took that particular story from. All right, so we're still expecting that briefing from the police to, tell us how he was released, how tactical units and all whatnot, in collaboration with and everything. Anyway, thank God he's been released. Like, really, thank God. But then the family saying that ransom was paid. I don't know if you came across a particular story. I think it was last week I saw that particular story. Whether it was an article talking about how Nigerians keep defying the security agencies or a directive of some sort from the federal government that people should not pay ransom to kidnappers. And they keep doing that to ensure the release of their people who are kidnapped or who were kidnapped. Because if the security agencies are saying, no, do not pay ransom, we'll handle it, how sure are you that your person is going to come home? But then, if you pay ransom, how sure are you the person is also going to come home alive? I saw a story earlier today about a businessman, whether in Anambra or so, who was killed after his family paid a ransom of about 10 million naira or so. The issue of ransom payment. Sometimes it's a 50-50 kind of gamble. You're not sure. They've made their demand, and you're left between accepting or not accepting. What's going to happen at the end of the day? Even if they show you evidence that the person is alive at that time, will the person still be alive when after you have paid ransom? Anyway, that's the story there. I just read it out to you. And then the last one, resignation of soldiers not caused by corruption or poor welfare. Army clarifies as 196 soldiers resign. Ouch. Ouch. So, the Nigerian Army granted approval to 196 soldiers to proceed on terminal leave with effect from November this year. Now, the approval was communicated to the affected soldiers and their formations through an official memo that was dated 23rd August. It was signed by Brigadier General O.H. Musa. I already told you, it's taking effect in November. So 30th of November, that's where this is taking place. So it says here, I'm going to read part of that memo. In accordance with the provisions of references A and B, the COAS, that's the Chief of Army Staff, vide reference C, approved the voluntary discharge of the above named soldier and 195 others listed in Annex A. The soldiers are to proceed on terminal leave with effect from 1st November, while their disengagement takes effect from 30th November. And then accordingly, I am directed to respectfully request you to cause the affected soldiers' units to ensure that the discharging soldiers complete the following forms as enclosed and forward the same to this department no later than 6th September 2024. Now, amid this resignation, there were claims that the affected soldiers were leaving to join foreign military services. Okay, Jakba. But that's not just the thing. The story flying around was that it was because of poor welfare in the service of the Nigerian army. But the army said there is no iota of truth to this narrative. So in a statement by the Director of Public Relations, Major General Onyema Nwachukwu, he said the recent publication by an online media and similar media platforms alleging mass resignation of Nigerian army soldiers over corruption, low morale and the like is not only misleading but also a deliberate attempt to sow the seeds of disaffection and acrimony, as well as denigrate the patriotic service of personnel and reputation of the Nigerian army. It said it is crucial to clarify that service in the army, in the Nigerian army, like most militaries worldwide, is voluntary. There's no gun put to your head. So it gives individuals the freedom and liberty to disengage at will. You signed up for the job, might as well sign up to leave. All right? So that's what the story is about. Let's hear from you. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0002, and 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007. Remember, we have a call screener. When you call in, stay on the line. All right, send me that message via WhatsApp to 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. All right. Get on Facebook as well. We're live there. Ken from Ubumini. Eze Ken. Welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, Constance.
Good afternoon, sir.
Constance, if I may ask, is the chairman of NLC going for his private trip where he was arrested? I want to know.
What does that have to do with anything? It wasn't a private trip. They said he was invited by the TUC in Britain.
Otherwise, I will consider this as an act of kidnapping.
Ezeken, it has been stated and clarified. The man was arrested. You can't call it kidnapping.
But
there are no buts. If the police comes to arrest you, DSS, whatever, it's not a kidnap. It's an arrest. That's the word for it.
On his way to an era,
oh Jesus, have mercy.
Or invited him. I really don't understand. Though I am not saying that it's a kidnapping attempt, but I myself consider it as an act. Otherwise, somebody who is going to represent the nation in a particular and important trip, then he was now denied the movement, which had involved sums of money, because booking the flight and other necessary arrangements for that business or for that trip worth money. Now it is to the detriment of the nation. So I would like the president to speak on this particular issue, because they are representing the masses as far as NSC is concerned.
All right, thank you. Hi, Jude from Omoma. Go on now.
Yeah, the arrest and detention of Joe Ajero, the labor leader in Nigeria. It looks like that the government of President Tinubu is full of trouble. How on earth would anyone, any someone, think that the arrest of a labor leader is not going to spark any trouble? They are pushing Nigerians very hard, and they should be responsible of arresting a labor leader whose actions is in the interest of the masses of the country. Nigerians have protested of hunger, hardship. Probably that we would think that may be the reason why he's arrested.
Perhaps we should wait for some kind of statement from the DSS.
That may be. That's what I said.
Okay.
Now, where on earth would they think arrest of a labor leader would not spark up trouble? This one, that's why I said they are troublemakers. They should be ready because Nigerians will not fold their hands and sit waiting for the government to put the charges of rape, murder, arson, and all that on him.
All right, Mr. Jude. Well, until that happens, can we try and not do preempting, saying things that we think, Let's stay with the facts, please. Thank you. Hello, Emeka from Owerri. Go on, sir.
Constance, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Constance, the ambition of army, statesman denying the resignation of army. I don't know whether you...
No, hold on. He is not denying that they resigned. He's clarifying that their resignation is not because of poor treatment. He says they voluntarily took the job. They can as well resign.
Let me forget about that. My sister, do you know that there is a new precedent being set by last government? I'm talking of Ajero now, in this country.
What's
you know that in a recent time now, the charges of government against any, so to say, any of their political enemy or whatever, whoever that is taking them, it's either they call it treason, or they call it terrorist. This is their new charge now, in the last 2015 to today. And this is started with a particular individual where most of us was applauding the government to be well. Nice. Everybody is taking their share. The last time I witnessed the Bangladesh government from beginning to the end, and I witnessed the Abacha government. What is looming? What is happening in Nigeria today? I don't just know how to describe it. Honestly, because the way this government is going, they are pressing the people. And let me tell you, press, you in the press. You should stand up, because I don't think this government will see anybody, any organization that will do anything against them.
All right, thank you very much. Hi, JJ. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Costa. Your voice is very clear right now.
Sure.
On Friday, it was like, not my mouth.
Leave me, I beg. Leave me alone.
Joe Ajero, who were told that was invited for terrorism financing and some other stuff. And we all know that for over 20 years now, Boko Haram has been ravaging some part of this country. Unknown gunmen, according to the way they classify them, bandit classification, and all those have been ravaging. Who were those financing them? These are questions that are on people's lips. We also heard that one of the bandit leaders imposed about 50 million naira fine on suspecting community, and maybe because the government has increased the price of petrol, he has decided to bring down the charges to 30 million. So that one is not painful. It's not a slap to the government enough. It's Joe Ajero. I don't know. Let's see how far they can go with this and see what the outcome will be. The one you call good news, I see it like a misreaction from me right now. Because the police are supposed to protect everybody, and even the marine police, the amphibious brigade, and all those put together in the waterways, that was not done. And the family of this man is saying, we paid ransom. Why the police is here to say anything? So is that supposed? Yes, good news that they came out alive. But good news too, or bad news that the police couldn't protect him at the time. It's just like when you have business, you have closing stock and opening stock. It's like, what's happening?
All right, thank you, JJ. Hello, Edwin from Rumosi. Go on, please.
All right, good evening, Constance.
Good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon. The government of our president, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, are taking the wrong track in governance. You don't just, we are all Nigerians. you know, you need to live with Nigerians with a free heart, with a free spirit, and be fair to everybody. And that is he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. As a president doesn't mean that he's above Nigerians, above the law. He will be doing anything he wants. How would you just go and arrest a gentleman who was going out for his own activity as the president of that Labour Congress? You just go and you arrest him and put him behind the bar. It's wrong. Why they don't have conscience? Why don't mean well for Nigeria? There are also important things that we need to be doing that we help Nigerians. Not these things. These things are not that uncalled for.
All right.
All and now, some persons will now take up and begin to cause chaos and everything, and he will not be held responsible. Let them watch him, or let them hold him responsible for anything that will happen in Nigeria.
All right, thank you. Well, the story does not say he's been put behind bars. All right. Hello, Alozie King, I guess, from Rumigbo.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
NLD President Joe Ajiri arrested by DSS. Of all days, why today that is going for a World National Congress meeting? You know, there is this thing I keep on saying. Since the inception of this administration of Tinubu, I've discovered one thing, and that thing is they don't want anything that the people have an envy to share with the global world what the citizens are going through in this country. For me, these arrests, DSS doesn't have any reason. They are saying we should wait for them to put up a statement. The only reason I can figure out now is to stop him from attending that World Congress meeting he was going for today. And it's unfortunate that they want to, bastardize the whole union, the whole agency in this country, that everybody will be standing and shouting, oh yes, sir, shouting, oh yes, sir, for 1 month. For crying out loud, we are in democratic dispensation where persons should be allowed to express themselves and state things the way they are. Conclusively, my sister, kidnappers, the Director General of Rivers State Internal Board Revenue, Regain Freedom, is a good one. And I want to tell these persons who is perpetrating this crime of kidnapping in our state to desist.
All right, thank you. Victor from Rumokroshi, go on, please.
Okay. Constant.
Sir?
If you check very well. Now, a soldier man that is in Port Harcourt here has his family in Medugri, and then he's ending maybe like 100,000. At the end of the month, he's sending 50,000 to his family. Can 50,000 naira carry him there? As far as he cannot carry his family there at Medugri, why wouldn't they resign? Why wouldn't they resign? And they are trying to cover up that they want to judge. But it's a lie. These people don't even see anything. They are crying. It's just that they can't shout out. But they are crying inside. I saw a policeman that was telling me, my brother, it is not really in our doings to take this money on the road. But you see, the way they are suffering just because of obey before complaint. What do they mean? What do they want to tell us? What did they lies everywhere? I mean,
who was this? Oh, okay. Hello, George from Buguma. I was hoping that would be the last one.
Constant, I greet you especially this afternoon.
Greet you, sir.
You see, yes, my sister, stifling has been the way and order of this government at Asura. And we keep wondering because they ride into power on the track of putting others down and saying that the refined Messiah has come, who has come to change the narrative. But today, the narrative we are seeing is killing people silently by the day. See, Constant, there are people who are dying silently, who cannot speak the way we are speaking or talking every day. And that is why you, the media, should help us
so that we will cry out, let the world. Yeah, because I believe one thing is that if they feel that to put the people in a tight corner not to talk or not to cry, just like you beat a child and the same you are using your hand to cover his mouth not to cry. If they feel that that is the way, there is a karma that tell us that, this karma tell us that there is a power of the powerless. When you are killing somebody or strangulating and frustrating, intimidating somebody, you think the person cannot, the person is so powerless that he cannot speak. The realm of the spirit, that person is powerful.
All right, thank you. Hello, Frank from D-Line.
Good afternoon, Constance.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, let me react on the arrest of Joe Ajaero. You know, I condemn the arrest of Joe Ajaero this afternoon because what we are passing through today is not something for federal government to be chasing Joe Ajaero up and down. I don't know what Joe Ajaero has done to Nigerians that now that we are crying for high price of fuel, people are crying out to survive and they are chasing foul. Let them do something that will benefit Nigeria. It's not all about chasing individuals that are trying to make Nigeria better. What is the offense of Joe Ajaero? If you ask them, they don't have anything to go around. At the end of the day, they will release him and they will not even bring any tangible thing that will make Nigeria feel that Ajaero has committed any offense. Please, I'm appealing to them to release this man unconditionally because the man has been crying for them to better the life of poor Nigerians. This is my advice to them. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, bless you too. Thank you for calling. All right, I've got many messages here. Let's look at a couple of things I'm seeing here. They just came. Today's 9th, right? This came in 1 hour ago. I'm looking at this from the Cable. All right, and it says Ajaero arrested for shunning police invitation over Air Peace's petition. By English, Steph. Could have just said over petition by Air Peace, you know. Anyway, Joe Ajaero, president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, was arrested on Monday, following his failure to honor police invitation over a petition by Air Peace Airlines. Security sources have told the Cable. Now, they're also saying, that's the sources, are also saying or alleging that Mr. Ajaero also failed to honor an invitation by the Department of State Services over an alleged case of extortion. Now, the details of the Air Peace petition and alleged extortion were not revealed to the Cable. Now, they're also saying the National Intelligence Agency, which handles Nigeria's security issues involving foreigners, invited Ajaero over the case of Andrew Wine, a Briton accused of sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria, an allegation Wine dismisses or denies. But then Ajaero also shunned that invitation. Now, the NLC president previously said he was not going to honor police invitation over his relationship with this man, but he later changed his mind. The police quizzed and released him the same day, but later invited him for further questioning, but he refused to turn up. That's the sources said. All of that happened within August, right? Remember, he went to answer them at some point. They invited him for questioning over a case of criminal conspiracy, terrorism financing, treasonable felony, subversion, and cybercrime. All right, let's move on now. Yeah. Okay, good afternoon, Constance. I'm happy you regained your voice. Thank you, Dave. Good afternoon, Constance. The arrest of NLC president by DSS to me is embarrassing. Why didn't they invite him like police did? A man who is traveling for an important meeting and they just arrested him like common criminal. Too bad. Well, now you heard the story. They say sources said he was invited and now the force said an arrest warrant will be issued on him if he did not honor the invitation. Recall that some time ago in August, right, the police raided the NLC building in the Central Business District of Abuja. And they said they were looking for seditious materials. You know, they were used for the End Bad Governance protest. And later on, they said a Briton was declared wanted for so many things they mentioned. Good afternoon. My name is Willie from Port Harcourt. Those soldiers were forcefully dismissed because they actually gave a peaceful atmosphere for the protesters during the... Oh, come on. Who is this? I just think I read to this point. Anyway, let's see who else is here. It's a good thing that Dr. Fubara has been released to his family, but subsequently we don't want to hear stories like this anymore because it is not palatable at all. And for Joe Ajero and his NLC always threatening fire and brimstone, if he has any scores to settle with the federal government, it should be done quietly without disturbing the peace of Nigerians. Finally, for the soldiers that resigned, men of the force in this country are not well taken care of. So I'm not surprised that some of them have resigned. That's from Simply Goodness. That's on WhatsApp. One more story from WhatsApp and then we'll look at Facebook. Mega something. I'm so fly to hear your voice this afternoon. All right, thank you very much. I don't eat fufu, but thank you all the same. Chiagozie, he says soldiers resign. I think it's because of the listing which the U.S. Army is doing. And to tell you the truth, Army is one of the unappreciated uniform jobs in Nigeria, unlike FRSC, immigration, etc. Lastly, for me, we thank God for the man who was released in Rivers State. Nigerians are indeed stronger than pain. You get why? Okay, Chiagozie, thank you. I thought before now people used to say that the Nigerian Army is like one of the most appreciated uniform jobs. I thought people had that thing for the Nigerian Army. There was this prestige. There was this, oh, I want to be a soldier. I cannot do police. So, oh, beg. It's soldier that I want to be. Why are we now hearing after 196 of them have resigned, people are now saying that they are unappreciated? Well, Iyobu Kelvin Frank on Facebook says, I think the DSS are not up in their game in this country. What has Joe Ajero done that is more superseding to that one that just committed treasonable felony? He says he's ashamed of his country right now. If there is anybody to be arrested, it's that man whose comments are capable of setting this country ablaze. I mean, that man that knows how to put fire in other people's states. That man who knows on how he would make governors run in their respective states. It's now very obvious and crystal clear the angle of atrocities are being dished out, or the angle atrocities are being dished out in Rivers State. The DSS should know this. Your name is Kelvin Frank. And then thank God Atuebu says nobody is above the law of the land. If Joe Ajero is found guilty of allegation leveled against him, he should face the law. But if nothing is found, he should be released. Okay, Newton Ikire says, good afternoon. Let me see. On the NLC story, he says, Daybreak is the name of a movie series that was so popular in the late 90s. You all must be missing President Goodluck Jonathan, the man of peace, a true Democrat. On the resignation of soldiers, imagine being a judge in your own case. So why did they resign? Make una tell us. Please let them go to where they can be well catered for. Okay. And then Odinaka Woyike says the arrest of the NLC president on his way to attend international program is not a good one for the image of the country. Hence, he should be released immediately. Oh my God. Messages on WhatsApp, It's looking like rainfall in Port Harcourt. It's so unfortunate and sad that this present government has turned to dictatorship. Nigerians are no longer allowed to protest and demand for their rights again. Christian Williams, there was never a time the president or the federal government said Nigerians are no longer allowed to protest, all right? Let's not be making those kind of statements. I'm looking for a short message to read, but every other message here is not short. So let's go on a commercial break. And after the commercial break, I will read your messages, all right? Just stay tuned. I'll be back.